Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining with us today. I am so excited that you're here with us. This is Straight Talk with Shelia, and I have a guest today. I am so excited. Her name is McPatti Langston, and you're going to hear from her. You're going to hear her story. But before we even get into introducing Patty and having her talk and share her story, I just want to say thank you for meeting us here. This is a channel where you can come to get to elevate your personal development and to build your mental fitness. And this is where you will also get the information to elevate you. It's important that we stand on our story and not in it. It is so important that we bounce back better from the things that try to pull us down. And today we'll hear from Patty McPatti, because she's a member of the Ignited Tribe, a private Facebook group that I'm in. And we met several years ago. What is about 2.5 years we met? We met on the dance floor, y'all. We danced for a cause. We were dancing at Special Needs Respite, helping to raise funds to give families a respite for those of who have children with disability. We didn't all do it once, we did it twice. And they say, if it's nice, you do it twice, right, Patty?
Absolutely.
And we not only connected there, we also connected in her special women's group where they empower women, the ABWA group. And it's a fantastic group for empowering women and helping us to know who we are, recognizing our self-worth, bouncing back and becoming resilient. And I'm going to turn it over to Patty, McPatti. I keep saying Patty, McPatti now, to just share a little bit about herself. And then we're going to go to a little Q&A session. She's going to talk a little bit about her book, because that's why she's here. She wrote a phenomenal book. This is her second book, and she's going to tell you a little bit more as we go along. So take it away, Miss McPatti Langston.
Shelia, great job on this introduction. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I am so attracted to you. I watch you every week on Wednesdays. Why? Because I really feel that you have the gift to bring the energy up to the next vibrational frequency. And that's why I love you. And that's why I love watching you.
I love you back.
Everybody out there, we're in a great hands today with two high vibing people. I consider myself a high vibe, and she's a high vibe person. And the thing about meeting the right and perfect people, that helps you get to what? The next level of what you're going to do. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm talking about your story. Yeah, not just my story. We're talking about your story. And why did I write this book? Well, I think I lost my mind, to be honest. I'm even like, what was I thinking? Well, I was in California and I was visiting my nephew, and my nephew says, Aunt Patty, I read hundreds of scripts a week, and you just pitched something to me that I really think you need to write. And I said, no. And he says, yes. And I said, no. So then what happened is he motivated me. And sometimes your story needs to be motivated from someone else.
Yeah.
Because you are sometimes your worst enemy. And you're thinking, well, I would never write. I've never read a novel. I even told him I've never written a novel. He goes, doesn't mean you can't write it. My nephew gave me every single thing to be successful. And I was sabotaging every single thing to not be successful, because I kept saying no. So wait till you hear this. This gets better. So during COVID, he calls me up and he goes, oh, how's your novel going? I go, oh, the novel that's doing nothing. He goes, oh, it sounds like it's not going. I go, of course it's not going. He goes, what are you doing during COVID? And I said, well, I go hiking. And he goes, girl, you need to be getting out of hiking and start writing. You got time. Because I was an organizer, was called non-essential worker. I was thinking, everybody needs to be organized. But during that time, I was non-essential. So anyways, that's a little background.
Okay.
Why I did it.
Good. So what's the topic? What's the name of your book?
Well, I actually had it here a minute ago. Where is it? East LA to Encino is the name.
All right. Okay. And
And
go
go ahead.
ahead.
I chose those areas
Mm-hmm.
because I'm from there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
from Los Angeles, and I grew up in the inner city. And I chose East LA because it's a place that it doesn't get a lot of press, and
Okay.
I think it's a unique area. It's a very mixed area, and
Mm-hmm.
my mom was in the book. My mom was working at a hospital
Mm-hmm.
next to that area, which was true. My mom was a nurse at the
Mm-hmm.
county general emergency room, and
Mm-hmm.
then my dad, he's foreign, and he wanted to live there. He was going to school, so we lived in the inner city ourselves, and I
Right.
did grow up in that area. And I
Okay.
think that area is unique. I don't know if people have been there. Alvera Street is there, and there's some, they've revitalized it, so it's actually a pretty great place to visit nowadays.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So as I was reading your book, I couldn't even put it down. I kept going through pages upon pages. But what I want for you to talk about today is, what did writing do for you? Tell us about the writing process.
Well, I'm going to be real with you, everybody. Get real with McPatti Langston. Writing is an extremely disciplined art.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not disciplined, you're not going to make it. So, how I structured my writing and getting things done is I do it at the same time every week for a certain amount of hours,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise it's very hard to put in a schedule.
Yeah.
So that's how I structured my writing. For me, the number one thing is the outline.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really good at the structure part, since I do on my in my real life, I own an organizing company. Anybody need to get organized? I'm
Yes.
good. I've been doing it for 14 years, organizing. And I
Mm-hmm.
wrote another book about organizing, a comedy. So I went from comedy to tragedy. So the key
Wow.
to the game is, number one thing, if you're going to write a book right now, get an outline.
Okay. That's good to know. That's critical, because we all need steps. We all need a roadmap and something to follow. But the theme of this month for Straight Talk with Sheila is, I can triumph. And in the book, you talk about your triumphant story. And you also mention the power behind writing. What exactly did that writing do for you as you were writing? Tell me about the resilience part
Uh,
of it.
here's how I'm looking at the book, from trauma to triumph.
Mm-hmm.
The book chronicles Elizabeth's painful journey from childhood abuse. She was
Mm,
severely abused, for
mm,
family betrayal to personal empowerment and healing.
mm-hmm.
Anybody out there have family betrayal? Yes, lots of us. And so
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it, the betrayal was very hard for me to understand, especially when you're growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these people lying to me? Why are
Mm-hmm.
these people not telling the truth? But you know what? Through therapy, spiritual growth, and confronting her past, the character Elizabeth
Mm-hmm.
transforms her suffering into a path of self discovery and inner strength.
Yeah, I love that. The inner strength. That is so key for us to really understand that everything we need is on the inside of us, right? And you had to draw on that as a writer, as you were sharing a story and creating this triumphant story that we can read and get information to figure out how to get up from our mess.
Exactly. Here's the deal for everyone:
Mm-hmm.
your trauma
Mm-hmm.
doesn't define you.
That's right.
What defines you is your triumph.
Mm-hmm.
What is my triumph? That I wrote something that is now in infamy. Here's the deal: infamous, infamous would be the word.
Okay.
What I'm going to tell you right now: your story doesn't have to be writing. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone is, wants to do that. Your story could be a poem. Your
Mm-hmm.
story could be art. You could be drawing. That is your story. You're an
Mm-hmm.
artist.
Mm-hmm.
That's your medium. Your
Mm-hmm.
story can be Maybe golf is your story.
Hmm.
Maybe ping pong is your story. Whatever your story is, I'm saying triumph in doing something that helps your life. It doesn't have to be a specific book.
Right.
Whatever helps, maybe pets,
Mm-hmm.
fostering pet, whatever you need to triumph. That's how I'm looking at triumph. I'm not looking at one thing. I'm looking at your triumph of choosing things in your life that add
Mm-hmm.
to your life to get you to the next vibrational frequency. But I'm going to tell you the little key to this game is
Mm-hmm.
think big.
Exactly.
Think small.
That's a very good point. So, what I'm hearing you say is find the tool or the tools that's going to get you out of the trauma and take you to triumph. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
And how you win
Mm-hmm.
is when anyone who feared you,
Mm-hmm.
anyone who intimidated you, and anyone that bullied you is out of your head.
Mm.
Because here's the deal. Listen to me loud and clear. This is the answer. This is the whole thing I learned in the book. And
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited when I learned this by writing.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that when you get rid of their ideals, these are
Mm-hmm.
not your ideals.
Mm-hmm.
That is their fear. That is their journey. That is
Mm-hmm.
something. Here, I'm going to give you the example of the Kardashians. The Kardashians are super famous for what they created, but that's not what you created. So why should that be in your head? That's
Hmm.
not your truth. Your truth is your truth. Whatever your boyfriend says is not your truth. Create your own truth. Well, my
Good
boyfriend
point.
says I have to do this. No, no. When these people are in your head,
Mm-hmm.
these narcissists, these toxic people, and you'll see in this book, oh, she's only in the beginning of the book. Wait till she gets to the end.
Wow.
It gets spicy at the end.
Okay. So based on what you're saying is we have to watch those self-talk. We have to watch the chatter, whether it's
Well,
something
not just
current.
self-talk. We have to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
If we're fearful of someone, well,
Mm-hmm.
he wants it this way. She wants me to be, my mom wants that. That is not your self-talk. That's someone else's self-talk. Get rid of
Good
that.
point. Good point. Yep. Get rid of it. We have to learn to listen to our own voice, our inner knowing. Know what your inner knowing is saying and stand on that.
Yes, because when you're living your life with someone else's thoughts in,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows in Elizabeth's journey when her sibling tried to kill her.
Wow.
I don't want to give away the book,
Don't give
but
it away.
when that journey happened,
Mm-hmm.
she had to plan, decide, and act in a different way
Mm.
because that wasn't her truth.
I love that. I love that. We've got to find our truth and stand on it. So when
Yeah.
would you say writing was therapeutic for you, and when did you realize that that's your outlet?
Um, I don't really think it is like my permanent outlet. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
right. I think it was a journey I went on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in your life, I'm going to tell you the most important thing you need to do is just
Mm-hmm.
pause. I
Mm.
think I needed to pause and reflect. I had a lot of things going on in my own personal life.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is not a true story. This is a made up story. And I think I needed to pause and just reflect on what was going on in my life. And it
Mm-hmm.
gave me a time to inner reflect. I
Mm-hmm.
don't, I think I'm definitely going into something else. I'm definitely going into comedy.
Okay.
Tragedy is not really my vibe right now.
Uh,
I think it was good to do something this deep and
mm-hmm.
thoughtful
Mm-hmm.
and tragic. The good news is I have a lot of people interested in this for film.
Mm.
This is going into film.
That's good.
Thank you. It's going to be in a bigger. I have a very high vision of this project,
Okay.
and a lot of people have the same high vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the Academy. I'd like to thank the Academy for the Oscar for East LA to Encino
Nice.
for a brand new
Listen.
series. That's how I'm rolling it, because
Mm-hmm.
that's how you do it, people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to envision that you're
Yeah.
going to win everything, and
Mm-hmm.
why not you? So I would say it was a good journey at the time I did this journey, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm ready for a new journey.
Good. And what's a takeaway? Where can they find this book, buy this book, and what is the ask? What do you want folks to do when they pick this book up?
Okay, the first thing is the book is on Amazon,
Okay.
Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you're living in a foreign country, I heard the best deal is Barnes and Noble. I have a lot of Canadian relatives, and they purchased it, and they said that was a good deal.
Okay.
Books A Million,
Okay.
Walmart,
Okay.
and so it's pretty much all over.
Mm-hmm.
And here's how you can help me, because I'm just one little person, and I just
Mm-hmm.
found out advertising and marketing is very expensive. So I'm going to learn it myself, because you know exactly what I'm talking about, because we do not have the big studio. But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm learning it. So how can you
Mm-hmm.
help me? First of all, if you can help me by giving me a 5-star review on Amazon, that will help my numbers. And Amazon, when I get to 100, gives me some free advertising. The other thing is, I need people with book clubs.
Okay.
As many book clubs as I can get. This is a great book club read, and if you're in the area or any area, I'm willing to come and hang out with your book club, and you guys can ask me a lot of questions. But a book club is a great way to connect with other women, and it motivates you to read, because I already know most of us are not really reading unless they're hey, there's a
So
book.
do you have any book signings coming up?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in Atlanta and Brimstone Tavern on October 15th at 6:30 p.m. and that's in Alpharetta. Love you to come. We'll sign the book, and I'm going to do a little public speaking. And this is a very cool group that's doing it. I won a literary award for this project from Atlanta Writers Guild for this year. Yes.
All right. All right.
And I'd only been there once. I want to tell you right now, that's when I knew, because when you're writing a project like this, who is seeing it? You're just your immediate help, but no one's really seen it. So you don't even know if anyone is going to like it. And so that was very positive to have that group endorse my project. So next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m., Brimstone Tavern in Alpharetta. I'd love to see all of you, but you must RSVP to me so I can get you on the list, and that would be a really fun book launch. Also, at my church this Sunday, Unity Church, at 11:15 a.m. That's in Marietta.
Okay. Well, send me the information, and I'll tag it in the comments in the description below so that folks can reach you as well. So let's just pause for a second. For those who are watching us online, I would love to see your comments and any questions that you may have for McPatti about her book, talking about from trauma to triumph, because we want to triumph. We want to make sure that we are not standing in our story, feeling sorry for ourselves. We are rewriting our story. We're standing on it, and we're pulling the lessons out of our story and making sure that we rise higher and find the tools that you need to get up higher. And if you don't know how to do it, as you can see scrolling the bottom of your screen there, I'm offering a 15-minute free coaching session to help you figure out where you are and the things you need to stand on, and how to elevate, and how to develop yourself, and how to develop a strong, positive, healthy mental fitness, because we all are going through things. We'll always go through stuff, but it's what you do it. You're not just going to go through it. You're going to grow through it. The idea is not to just go through trauma. It's pausing like McPatti did and see, what are the lessons? How can I write? How can I use my thoughts, my ideas, my brilliance, the lessons, and stand on my story and rewrite it in a powerful way? right? So McPatti, as I just shared this, what else? How else can people connect with you? Anything else that you want to share with your audience right now? What do you want them to know?
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
So I'd love you to connect with me, McPatti, McPatti Langston, Langston. Love to have you watch me in there
Mm-hmm.
and become my friend. Also, Instagram. I'm just getting that started up. LinkedIn. I mean, the usual. But I'm going to tell you what really helped me more than anything. And this is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to share with you today. Right before I wrote, every time I wrote, the universe is taking care of me. My writing today is spectacular. I am able to bring this writing to life today. And so it is, and may it be so. That's what I did every single time
Mm.
before I got writing. And
Yeah.
that's what we need to do for ourselves, because who else is going to give us the pep talk but ourselves?
Indeed. Indeed. So
And
we've
every
got to.
single time when you give yourself a pep talk, I
Mm-hmm.
learned this years ago from a older lady, Joyce Reynolds. It's
Mm-hmm.
called scripting. And the scripting technique is you're creating your new reality by writing your reality, your story,
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And one thing about Joyce Reynolds, she always said, everybody has a story. And
Mm-hmm.
you all have a story. It's how you're going to tell it, but how you're going to tell yourself about your story. You guys,
Mm-hmm.
we're empowered. We have more power than we think. So today you tell yourself, universe is taking care of me. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get to the next level. And why not you?
Yeah. For as a person of faith, I believe that, God is my anchor. And, every day I look to him for my help. And it's so powerful that we can come together and remind ourselves to tell ourselves the right things that will pick us up, the right things that will motivate us, the right things that will keep us pushing forward. So I'm going to ask you three words, and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind. When you think of resilience, what comes to mind?
Strength,
Self-worth.
positive energy,
And the last one, empowerment.
climbing the ladder to the next successful thing that you're going to do.
And with that, I want to say thank you, McPatti, for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being active in the tribe on a weekly basis. I can always depend on you to talk back to me. And I love the dialogue. So I appreciate you. I wish you well. I'm going to continue to read your book. Last night, I picked it up. I went through the first 4 chapters. I couldn't put it down. And even though it was after midnight, I'm like, I got to get to sleep because I got to talk with her.
East LA to Encino, McPatti Langston, buy the book. You're going to love it. I haven't had anyone who said anything negative. They love it. And guess what? It will help your journey get to the next level. Peace out, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day. See you in the chat next week, Miss Patty.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye bye,
Thank you
man.
very much for letting me do
You're
this.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye
I had a
now.
great time. It was very fast and lovely. All right.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.